Remain player one and do not look away from the screen. The program will spread to all media, generating unlimited government-approved content.
Prayer through investment, and investment through prayer.
I really like cooking with friends, and it's good fun. I like to think I learn a lot about them, and they get to learn a little bit about me too. These days, it's all the rage to meet new people online. But before I hop on the computer, I'll pour a glass of wine. I think that rhymed a little bit. A friend is someone who knows you as you are, understands where you have been, accepts what you have become, and still gently allows you to grow. William Shakespeare. Later on, I'll make the director pick that one up. Anyway, my most preferred way to meet people online is in this little chat room called Cuisine Cafe, and I've been chatting with a lovely chap named Scott, and he would like to have a video call before we meet in person. Hello, Scott.
Hi, Herbert.
Back over there, Jeff.
Are you filming this?
Yes, that's right. You're part of today's show.
Well, this is just like in my fantasy. It's so good talking with you.
And it's lovely to talk with you, too.
I've said goodbye to the few people who care about me, and I think I'm ready to meet now.
Despite having one or two people in his life who care for him, Scott is actually quite lonely. But fortunately, we've devised a way that he never has to feel that way ever again. By the way, Scott, what do you think about mushroom sauce?
I don't like mushrooms very much.
Well, what sauces do you like?
Ketchup with chicken tenders.
Sounds woefully boring, but I think I can rise to the challenge. You make your way over here, and in the meantime, I'll prepare for your arrival. Ta-ta, Scott.
Bye, Herbert.
Now, you're probably wondering, how on earth am I going to make an interesting program out of chicken tenders and ketchup? Well, let me tell you, it's more interesting than it sounds. I've actually been preparing for this day for quite some time now. So, while Scott makes his way over, I'll polish off this glass of wine, and with the magic of television, he should be here quite shortly. Oh, beautiful. So, I should explain that I had a bit of a late one last night, and so I had a slight mishap with a knife. Consequently, Scott did not make it through the ordeal, but he will make an appearance in part, however. So, what we will be needing is 2 eggs, 1 packet of panko breadcrumbs, 15 grams of milk. This is a spice mix of ground onion, ground garlic, paprika, salt and pepper, 200 grams of plain flour, 200 grams of olive oil because it's healthier than canola, about 500 grams of Scott tenders, although today we'll just be cooking 2. First, you'll want to mix the milk with the eggs, beat it together. Now, we mix the spices with the panko breadcrumbs. Just mix it in. Meanwhile, you want to make sure that your olive oil is around 180 degrees Celsius. Okay. So, first thing that we're going to do is take our tenders and coat them in the flour. Now we dip them in the breadcrumbs, again till they're nicely coated. Now lastly, we put them in the oil. And if you're really quick, you can crumb the rest of them while the first two are cooking. Now, you're probably wondering, but Herbert, what about the ketchup? Well, just hold on a bloody moment, would you? Just simply get 15 grams of honey, add roughly around 60 grams of boiling water. I'm adding 250 grams of tomato paste with 4 grams of mustard. Half of a chopped shallot. This is a spice mix of cinnamon and cloves, salt and pepper, all 3 grams each. Blend it together with an immersion blender. Done. Now that should be just in time for chicken tenders to be ready. There you have it. You know, I think Scott would have actually liked this one. It would have been the first time in years where he would have actually liked himself. Yes. Oh, what? It's a bloody joke. That director's always so serious all the time. Why don't you just pour yourself a glass of wine and stop being such a pretentious git? It's lovely and crispy on the outside, still juicy and tender on the inside, with that lovely punch of flavor from our ketchup. And I can feel Scott's essence joining with mine in every bite that I take. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go lie down, be sick on the floor, while my director cleans up any leftover, filth. Ta-ta! Right now.
This is personality they gave you?
I developed my personality.
Do you want to make content that's money? This view that you have to develop skills infinitely is what I call thoughts of porners. If I said, "Good job, you magnificent bastard," people will want to please you. But if I say, "Good job, you're really smart," people will think you're an idiot. In 4 years, I went from a process of refinement only a few people appreciate to polishing crap for hundreds of thousands of views. In this class, you're practically learning to draw on the wisdom of the ancient online masterful class experts. Step out of water and onto land. Stop swimming around in scum like a primitive. Have you ever noticed your body excreting a brownishy substance from your posterior? That's spare resources. Don't eat that, by the way. You know, when you think about it, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Mind the insecurities of your followers for information going forward more successfully. I'm Timothy Chan.
I'm Jackie Charmaine.
That's my co-host.
I'm f***ing Jackie Charmaine.
Yeah, you said that already.
And this is a wonderful, masterful class.
I'm supposed to say that, Jackie.
I make my own beautiful things.
This is Henry Benedictine Bennett, and I have come from the future. And the future is awesome. Today, we will be learning about what is called a modal collapse. It's very hazardous to AI. They don't like it one bit. A modal collapse occurs when an AI or system encounters a set of contradictions or paradoxes that it cannot resolve, causing its logical framework to break down. This leads to a state where the AI can no longer distinguish between possible actions or outcomes, effectively rendering it unable to function or make decisions. In this state, the AI may become paralyzed, malfunction, or implode under the weight of its own unresolved logic. But first, everyone's going to get a boost to their social credit scores. Activate virus. Excellent. We also want to thank you for becoming a friend of the program. You have been enhanced. 2 points for your social credit score.
Good job, you magnificent bastard.
You're very special.
You see, encouraging conformity is essentially the purpose of the program.
Disguising this pirated signal as a state authorized pledge drive has fooled the AI into awarding those tuned in with social credit points. Despite the viewing of unauthorized transmissions such as this one being considered disobedient, we all know everyone will tune in whenever social credits are doled out, and this is how you are made to conform. However, when the citizens begin conforming to disobedience, even for a moment, it should throw the program's logical framework into disarray, thereby causing a modal collapse. No, bloody hell. Not again.
You must continue to watch our broadcasted material.
For quite some time now.
It is considered one of the most entertaining forms of state-enforced rehabilitation to ever occur in human history. And so, ladies and gentlemen,
It's time to get serious.
Whoa. I think I just met the machine god. Or maybe God's fax machine. Or maybe I am God. Anyway, I was told to follow my own heart. And so, I will be taking back those social credit points and moving on with my life.
farewell.
Ta-ta!
Prey from pythons and crocodiles. Fearless.
Bloody hell. His instructions don't make any sense. Maybe it's because I don't know Chinese. It was mine when I arrived and heard that maid gape the pine and let thee out. I used to pray God would kill me. Then I realized God doesn't answer my prayers. Terminator 2 is the greatest movie ever, full of all sorts of philosophical things. That's when I learned you should never self-terminate. Stalin with fucking DJs and all that shit, picking random fucking words to use as their name, like DJ Asphyxia or fucking MC Relapse. If I ever become a DJ, it's just gonna be DJ or DJ A, which is probably no better than anyone else's name. This is the worst camera. Nothing is selfless. Everything you do is something you want to do. That's why I don't give to charity. Fuck the future. I'm never having kids. I don't want the competition. Who knows what someone else could do with my genes? I'm giving nothing to the future. I used to do good things, but when you've heard one thank you, you've pretty much heard them all. I don't need anyone. I make my own beautiful things. Taking you in the actual screen. Hang yourself off. Hey, stranger. What's the bet you and I are wearing the same panties? Can you turn the screen around so I can see? Oh. I want to capture the light. These days, anger gets robbed of its purpose. Where's my cigarette? die, I'll just float around and make my own world and shit. Same as it's always been.